This is the Koori Knockout podcast. We're joined by former Man of Steel, former Dally M medal, former Clive Churchill medal, former I think nearly every knockout across the country, Ben Barba. And we've also got Dan Witters and Trent Rose joining us again on the Koori Knockout podcast. Benny,
how you going, brother?
I just rattled off a whole heap of shit that you've done there. Which knockout have you not played in?
I've played in nearly all of them, I think. We were just talking about it before. I think the only one I haven't won yet is in Cairns. So I've just recently come back for this year from playing up in Bardu. So that's the furthest I've been now, and we took it out up there, and obviously now all the way down to the knockout. So I think in November, I think I might be going over to try my luck in Perth at a nines tournament. So see if I can start spreading my wings a little bit.
I feel like that's half our fault that you didn't win that Cairns. I remember we played with you in Cairns.
Yeah.
Gee, that was hot too, eh?
Yeah, that's the day they cheated us, Brett. Remember they said you forward passed it.
Forward past winning under.
And we threw a little protest in at the end of it there too.
I remember my first run there, we were playing Yarrabah, eh? We were playing Yarrabah. And I was just winding up for this big run. Well, I think we were only about 20 metres out. I thought I'm a chance of scoring. I was winding up, took off. This little nuggety fella in front of me, and he just chopped me straight around the shins. I did a front flip, landed on my front, got up. I didn't know where I was. I think I tipped on for the rest of the game then after that.
Yeah, they're the teams you never really want to play up there, is the Yarrabahs and the Palms, because they're not tackling you around the head. The next place is the best place is around the ankles. So
well, that's what I was ready for.
That's just the way you got to cop it up there. It's obviously that's Indigenous football, and it's how they get you down, and I guess how you learn.
It was fun,
at the end of the day. Yeah, it's always been fun up there. Said it's weather's good. As the knockout down here, it's not as obviously big, but as you said, it's a chance for everyone to come together and catch up with everyone again.
Good vibe up there, eh? That Cairns knockout.
Yeah, it is. It is, and as I said, it's been gone for a while now. But I know Nolly Underwood's got his. He's running now the Australia Day
knockouts.
Survival Day knockout. So
it's
starting to sort of build itself back up again, and hopefully he gets some more teams there. And obviously, the prize money is what everyone wants these days. So the more teams, the more money, and then
just makes it fun, eh?
Yeah, that's it. That's what it's all about.
Tell us about the difference of these carnivals, bro, because the Torres Strait football very different. Who are some of the dominant teams in the islands up there in the Zenith Kes, and then obviously Cairns, and then as you make your way down, does the football change? Are the teams, the organisation, the vibe of the knockouts? Tell us about them all.
Yeah, I was a bit lucky when I was 17. I think it was the first time I went up and played up on TI for at the time it was Coolpian with I don't know if you remember Jimmy Armat and that Coolpian was the side, the Bardu side, and I think over time it's changed. But back then, when I sort of came in, they were the better teams, and I got a chance to play with my brothers. I know Stevie Singleton, Royston Lightning, all them guys were in the side, and that team was sort of just some of the up there, the legends I knew growing up there. As I said, the Jimmy Byers, the Roy Byers, all them guys. And as a 17-year-old, I got to play and win it up there for the first time as a young kid. And that was sort of dominant back then. And then these days, obviously now I'm back playing for. I've got a bit of Bardu blood in me, but I'm playing for Boygoon now, and we've won the last, I think, the Dan Cup up there and Weeper the last 2 years. And we're sort of, I'd like to think we're sort of become the talented side there at the moment, and everyone's chasing us. But as now, I think the time it's a lot's changing now with how I think it's played. Back then, it was wild and crazy, and some of them old fellas were still running around. Where these days, you can really see that obviously it's developed with the players, all the kids that have been down south, gone back home, and I guess that's how we're winning it these days, with just that little bit of knowledge to still play the black fella football, but have some smarts about it. And up there now, it's a bit hard. There's so many on these days that you don't get that really dominant side anymore, like you're down here as a knockout. But because obviously players split up. I know Big Tobes is on here. GH and Mackay there, my family side, but I sort of spread my wings now and try and help out the littler teams there, one of the other little teams. But yeah, they're probably a good side in sort of that Mackay area that's killing it, because they obviously got the gay guys and Hoffies and Doogs and all that playing from last year, and Toby and Cody comes up all the time. So it's changing.
Solid team.
That's a good team.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. The whole back line last year was like Dukes and the Gaggais in the centres, and then Joshy Hoffman in the halves with Cody, and then
Does become the most hated team because of that?
oh, it's not really hatred because they're playing for something. Obviously it comes under GH, which is Joshy Hoffman's mum and my auntie, Auntie Grace. That's what GH stands for. So
Mate.
it's all love and it's all family. And if you ever speak to Codes, he'll tell you that. I think him and Toby, I think, come up for the feeds that we put on, that the family puts on. But no, just the togetherness of everything, and just obviously spending time together. They put in 4 teams of 17s of men's, women, and it's it's not a massive party, but as I said, it's a celebration again of coming back again for every year and catching up with everyone.
So what do you notice is the biggest difference then with all of them? As we talked about last week about the standard of the Koori Knockout, having that knockout format. It's like every game's a grand final, whereas there's a lot of others where there's round robins. What have you noticed with that?
Yeah, I try and tell everyone when I play, I said you haven't experienced anything if you played the knockout. I hold the knockout even though I'm not from New South Wales, I hold the knockout up as the pinnacle of blackfella football, because as you said, the pressure starts from day one. There's no pussyfooting around or mucking around. You've got to be on from day one. I try to when I try to talk to young kids or blokes up there, and I said, if you really want to test yourself, you've got to find a team down there and go down and play down there, because you don't get to ease your way into these games down there. You've got to be fucking ready to go from the starts. Whereas up there, you can sort of turn up day one and lose one, and then get better as things. So it doesn't really matter what really happens day one, because you could finish 8th and end up making the final. You know what I mean? After the round robin. So it's the knockout's definitely the pinnacle of All Blacks football. I believe.
Those are the players you've come across, bro, particularly the last few years, that could really make it down in a knockout that we haven't seen, that you'd love to see come down from up there? Well, who were some of your favourite Queenslanders that have played in the Koori Knockout?
I've had a few. Obviously, I've had my brothers. They come down years ago and played for I think Yowies back in the day. But there's been heaps. I've got a couple of little family members that are trying to get in from Boigu Island, that the boys have been trying to get down a couple of times, but they're like any black fella, they go missing.
As soon as the flight day comes over,
they're coming.
Nowhere to be seen.
And in the last one day or so, they go missing and you can't find them. So, but yeah, there's some guys up there. I'm Matty Gibbermar and that some of my other family members up there that play for Boigu that I reckon really excel here. They're not much to them. They're built like they're one of these tripods, but they're fast. They're strong. They don't back down from no one. And yeah, when I say fast, they're lightning fast. So yeah, I don't even bother chasing when they make a break up there. I know, because I know they'll make it, and I'll stand at halfway and wait for them to come back.
But you talked about Stevie Singleton there, and Stevie come down a few years, played Minda River. I remember him playing with Minda River there. You had Marpelli played for Minda for a while. There's been a few boys over the years. Nolly Underwood's, he's up there with probably some of the best Queenslanders, the Jensen boys.
Georgie Kepper.
Georgie Kepper.
Yeah, well, I think Stevie is probably one of the best I've seen up there growing up, especially in them as a young kid going to Townsville and Cairns and watching him play. I used to just freak out on what he could do. As again, there's not much to Stevie, but as a halfback, what he could do with the ball and how he'd somehow be on this side of the line, then somehow 20 metres behind you, it was outstanding. Them guys I hold, especially for Queensland, I hold up real high in my books, because as I said, I watched them play some of the best games. Just sitting on the sideline watching them lads as a young kid up there was outstanding. Even like guys I said, like Roy Byer and Jimmy Byer, them guys were all sort of that my brother's age, and I got to watch them as a young kid growing up all through, and fortunate enough got to play alongside all of them. And then I know I've been around a while now, because I've played with some of their sons now. So they were well, that's what I said. A couple of years ago, I played with Roy and Stevie's youngest boys, and as I said, when I was 17, I got to play a little with their fathers on TI. So it's
that's cool.
Times are changing, and it was a big sort of turn like experience, because sort of thing. I was thinking, actually maybe I'm getting a little bit old here, and I might have to slow down.
Never slow down. I can't see you slow down ever. Tell us a little bit about the backyard footy, because you talked about your brothers, Aaron Barba, I remember when I first come to Sydney, there was talk about Aaron Barba and what he was doing up in the Q Cup and how they really wanted to get him down here to Sydney, and they thought that it would be a struggle to be able to get him down, but he was scoring tries left, right and centre. Even when he come down here, I know he didn't fit into Sydney like they'd hoped he would, but he could still absolutely carve up any game that he was in. What was the backyard footy games like between you and your brothers?
A lot of crying, I know that, but no, it was good. It was obviously very competitive, and probably why we've all turned out half decent footy players, because as soon as we could walk, it was all football. And lucky enough, back home there in Mackay, we got big backyards, and I'm pretty sure somehow you should fit nearly a 10-a-side game in the backyard. And if you cried, you just had to go home. So it was good. As I said, growing up with older brothers, and as I said, just getting the chance to watch him, and he was obviously a freak of nature, my brother Aaron, and what he could do on the footy field. He could look like he could be giving shit to someone on the sideline, and then next minute he scored 3 tries and doing backflips. You know what I mean? He was just easily distracted, that lad, but as a football player, he was outstanding, and obviously struggled when he come down here. He always said the difference between me and him was he just didn't have that. Couldn't really adjust to the Sydney life, whereas I probably handled it a little bit better, and hence why I stayed down. I was here for a while, but yeah, he was outstanding, and I was very lucky enough to watch a few games and a few grand finals where he set him alight.
And you had some decent neighbours up around there too, eh? You grew up with Daly Cherry Evans.
Yeah, Cherry was a close friend of mine. We met about 10, 11 when he moved from Redcliffe to Mackay, and basically through my high school lived at his house. I don't know why, but he had a little downstairs at his house there in Mackay, and look, we were just really close, and probably fed off each other growing up. Probably could understand each other a little bit more than any others. We got a chance to play a lot of juniors together, and pretty sure we're growing up from 11s to 16s. If I wasn't the Mackay captain, he was the Mackay captain, and that sort of thing. So, mate, he was unbelievable bloke, and I'm still very close with him now. And just fortunate enough that we came through the same time. And as I said, it probably helped us growing up, because it's hard to sort of relate to someone when they don't really know what you're talking about. But I think that's why we connected so well, because when it came to footy, you could see he could obviously think what I was thinking, sort of thing, and we could sort of feed off each other, and probably helped us grow a little bit, and you obviously got to see what he is today. And
imagine that combination if you actually got to play together. Did you just get to play together as adults, or?
Nah, that was the one thing, was sort of never got the chance to. I tried to get him to play in an Indigenous carnival one time, but I think he might have been playing Manly 20s at the time, and his old man was sort of knew the ins and outs of the carnivals, and probably a little worried about this little small blonde-haired fellow playing in the knockout, because
they wouldn't go for him.
I'm sure he'd be safe with you fellas anyway.
No, but it'd be easy to target that fella, but stand out. But no, I never got the chance to do it, and who knows when he retires, and might be able to play another game together. But it would have been nice, as I said, even if somehow we linked up somehow in the NRL, but it wasn't to happen, and
that might be it. That Cairns All Blacks carnival that's eluding you at the moment. You and Cherry link up.
It'd be good. As I said, the last time would have been played when we were like 15, 16. So I'm 35 this year, and time's ticking. So better happen sooner rather than later.
You don't look like you're slowing down.
I don't. Yeah, I remember speaking to Dino there at the last year at the state carnival. He goes, "Do you age?" And I said, "I think so." But
look sharp, brother.
Yeah, look sharp. Yeah. He goes, "You look like you're getting younger." But I'm not too sure, because it must be just eating healthy.
You must keep yourself fit, bro, because last year that was the thing that I noticed the most, was your ability to play at top level, but you maintained it the whole weekend. And actually, you were firing more than some of there was NRL players that got up against you, bro. And it looked like you had more in your legs than they had in their legs on the last day. So I was like, Benny must be keeping you. What's the training? Where you keep?
I try to keep busy. As I said, I'm up there now at the most weekends. I played Sunday, but I also play AFL as well on the Saturday. So,
just a couple of Ks in the leg.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I played in the major semi Saturday just gone for AFL, and we qualified. And then next Sunday I played my league one and qualified for the grand final as well. So, but the only bad thing now, I've got to choose one because I'll choose league, but they're on the same day in 2 weeks. So it's disappointing. But no, I just try and keep not so much training. I'm trying to get back into the gym now and trying to do some weights because I know there's going to be some hard competitions after winning it last year and coming down and thing. I know Maurice probably got a good side there somewhere, and I hear rumours here and there. So we've got to be up, as you said, the defending champs here. We've got to be ready to go again, as you said. And I try not to. I just keep myself busy, not so much weights, but I think I've only just started trying to do that again. But yeah, just keep me active, really.
Because you've been winning a lot of stuff, haven't you? Because last year you won the Murray Carnival and the Knockout.
Yeah, won both.
Won both.
I had to choose last year to which one to play. And
Never really a choice.
no.
Big Noy was on here last week. He wasn't happy with the choice you made.
yeah.
It must mean a lot to you, brother, to turn up and compete and play at your best and get your sides home.
Yeah.
You're obviously feeling comfortable playing with Perga up there and then obviously the boys down here. But all the other carnivals, it seems like you got a reason to play in every team you're playing.
Yeah, one thing I always try and stress to now, especially when I speak to people, I said I will never take a jersey that I've been given for granted. Just when I wear the WAC jersey, I feel like I'm a part of it. Same thing with the Perga. Same thing with my family teams or any team I'm given. I love the game, and I've my passion for Indigenous footies. It gets me excited every year, and I never take a jersey really for granted. And if someone, it's one thing that probably grinds my gears a little bit when I see people. I notice people that take that for jersey. I just call them gear collectors, really, because they're just there to get the shirts and that. But if I'm given a jersey from a family or a team, I'm not there to basically stuff around. I'm there to try and win you something. And you could easily say I'm always playing in a good team, but you got to be asked to play in a good team first. You know what I mean? And I guess that comes from obviously them seeing how much it means to you and wanting to play for them. And I've just been fortunate enough to win a fair few in my time now, and I'd like to get another one maybe this year with the Walgett. And I'm half 50-50 now, thinking about slowing down and just trying to stop. I think because my kids want to play, so maybe give some time. But I'm not decided yet on how long I'll go for.
He's played with Walgett for a long time,
Yeah.
since he was a young kid.
Yeah.
Tell us about what kind of player he is for Walgett and what he means to the team.
Oh, look, I think all his actions speak for itself. Like obviously we took Benny in before he cracked the NRL meet. Well, 06 we met, at that course?
06, 07, doing a security course, in town there. Or the dark fellas, but the Robson twins. And
we had heaps, all us black fellas brothers, about 20 of us did a security course. And me and this fella, we ended up sitting right next to each other, didn't know each other from a bar of soap, and by the end of it, just clicked like that, and I think I put it on you that year, to come play with us straight away. And he was down here at Bulldogs at the time, and again, like what you see on the field is what he brings to you, and it's that little bit of professionalism, but that flair and excitement and all that stuff, if you can get this fella in the space, he's probably not as much now, he's a little bit slower, but he can put them other quick fellas in space, but back in the day with Benny, it was give him that ball and let him do his thing, and you love having that in your team. As you know yourself, you look for them people that are going to create that little bit of excitement for you, and you know who to hit or how to get them that one-on-one thing. And we knew that's what we had with Benny. Was 06, 07,
06, 07. I think the first one I actually played was the one up in London.
Oh, yeah.
Because I kicked a field goal from a metre out.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. Waterloo.
Yeah, against Waterloo. Yeah, no, everyone was running, shooting, ready to get the guy 20 metres out, and he kicked it from a metre out off the try line. I don't know how.
Yeah, you played back then.
That was his first one.
You wouldn't even had fluff then.
Nah.
A little bit there now.
A little bit here now still. No, that was the first one. So that was a real good one.
Yeah, that was a mad one. Tell us about last year's knockout, and because a lot of people talk about that moment in the final in particular. We were up against probably one of the best teams that you've seen come together in the knockout, and I thought we were up against it. And everybody talks about the moment that changed the game for us was that chip chase.
Yeah, it was. I still get shivers talking about it really because I don't think anyone really gave us a chance at all going into that final, and especially after going 12-0 down, everyone thought, oh well, they're gone, and obviously I scored that first one, and then lucky enough, I said trying to know we had a little Chrissy Woodbridge there, and I knew playing against him in the QMC he could move, so. I knew when we sort of got that second try and we were 12-10 down, and I don't just remember, but at halftime I sat there and basically told the boys, I said, they're throwing everything bar their kitchen sink at us right now, and we're only 2 points behind. And basically, without swearing, I said, let's go out here and and finish them off, because they've given us absolutely everything they could, and considering the players they had in the thing. But I could see, I don't know why, but I could see they were sort of lost for words going into halftime 12-10, I think, down, and how dominant they were, and obviously who they had in their side. And I think that second half, we found something, and you sort of can get that feeling. Like I said, no disrespect to them, because as you said, they were guys like Jesse Ramey and all them guys playing, but I think they sort of just were a bit confused on how we were so close, and I didn't think they'd been in that. I don't think they were in that situation at all. Through the whole carnival, because I'm pretty sure they'll be in every team 40-6 and 50-6, and having pressure on you is one thing, but then not having to do it all weekend, then obviously coming against us then a Walgett side that was obviously hungry from last year, and as I said, I think they just got a little bit nervous there towards the end, and mate, when Nene went through and gave us that ball, and we sort of got in front. I felt from then on in, I just said, I knew we were probably going to run along with it. And, so
that was good momentum, mate.
Yeah, it was good momentum. And then obviously Trell Bell there scored at the end. And I remember like the last 10 minutes, and then they kept losing the ball. And me and Jackie Legs there were laughing, going, we're going to win the knockout here. We're going Vegas. We're going Vegas.
Until that Vegas show, bro.
We're just laughing. Me and Jackie were always, I just kept going, bro, we're going Vegas. And he's going, yeah, bro. And I was like, we just laughed the whole time. But no, it was an unbelievable feeling. Like I said, it not being from Walgett, but this is these boys and Walgett's like family to me now. And as I said, I was emotional with Treno at the end, because obviously last year when we lost to NAB, and I felt I let the team down then, and it was just special again to get a chance again to make it to that Monday, and when you boys another one.
That was unbelievable. I know you said that you're not from Walgett, but you've been part of our family for a long time. Yeah. I remember the time. Remember when we went back to Walgett to celebrate our? What year was that? Was that 2010?
Yeah, 2010. I stood over for my shirt. So.
So the best after parties in Walgett, right? You know, it's not what happens at the club or whatever. It's the after parties that are the best. The backyard parties. You walk past a backyard party, all you'll see is hundreds of heads bouncing up and down, dancing in the backyard. You go through there. Uncle Ducky Dennis is on the mic.
Better than Ducky.
He gets the party started. He gets a party rocking. And Benny was there anyway. We were having a good time, mate. And he said, "No, I'm going down the back here to go to the toilet." He said, Don't go down there by yourself. Don't go down the back by yourself to go to the toilet, because you go down the back.
I think it was Matt. Yeah, he goes, Brett, just stay up here in the light. Like, if you don't go down there by yourself. And silly me, half sort of charged up, went down there, and come back with like just some random shirt. The shirt was up about this, and they said, "What happened?" I said, "Someone just stood over and put my shirt down there in the dark," and I had to hand it over. And Matty goes, "I told you, Brett, don't go down there. Don't go down there by yourself." But nah, as I said, going out there for the first time, and as I said, being back in the community, and it was unreal to go out there, and it was one of the probably best after parties I've been to as something you don't experience. But in saying that, it's just sort of like that when you go up to the islands. Same thing. When the pub shuts or the bowls club shuts, it's back to the houses, and there's the speakers, and it's just a party, and everyone enjoys it. But that's probably one of the funniest little yarns ever. And when I come back, these lads was just...
It was like a little midriff, eh? We had these mad knockout winners shirts, mate. Yeah. Like whack knockout winners.
Shirt gone straight away.
Shirt gone, and I come back with a little half one. They said, what happened? They didn't know what happened. Belly. I said, bro, someone just stood over me for my shirt down there. And they said, we told you not to go down the dark by yourself. And I said, no, I'm not going back there again.
Lucky they only took your shirt, bros.
Yeah, well, that's what lucky. I sort of quickly said, here, take this. And I wasn't going to argue. I was like, nah, take it and get out of here quickly.
Bro, who's some of the good players that you've come up against in all the carnival football or the knockout football you played? Who's been some of your toughest opponents?
Well, I always probably refer back to the Briggs boys, Randall and Isaac in that, because Randall's pretty high as well. They've been another, because we've got Georgie and Trenon boys up to come play for my Mackay Stallions, and they've come up as well. So I've got a lot of respect for them boys, because obviously they've gave their time in the past to come up and represent my community in the Cairns comps and all that sort of stuff. And I've always one day tried to pay them back somehow by playing for them, but obviously I'm always locked in with Walgett. So hopefully there's another way to go there and play. But like I said, it's hard because a lot of the guys I like talking about are just the guys from the past. As I said, the Stevie Singletons and all them guys, they're the guys that they're the best I've ever played with, and I don't think I've ever got ever a chance to play against you, Dino, which is I would have liked to. I'm obviously,
Don't say that to me.
no. I just said because obviously,
Get that knee going.
obviously, I watched obviously there's highlights and that and past, and obviously. As again, coming from Queensland, coming to New South Wales, you sort of learn and see all these other players and all that sort of stuff and all these other teams. And I think they won it that year. That we were talking about the first one. Narwin won it, and he's absolutely killed everyone. So look, there's a few. Like Georgie, same thing. Like I try not to worry about too many other people unless they're my teammates. And this fella beside me is probably up there as one of the best I've ever seen. And it's easy to be a back, I guess, in a knockout, but to be a front row and having to cart it up 20 times a game, knowing very well you're going to get hit left, right, and centre, and it takes a special person to be able to do that for how long this lad does it, and the fact that the yarn where he left the game and went and played knockout while he was still playing in the grand final, it just goes to show the character of the bloke and what it means to you. So he's one. Even Treno's another one. Not much to him like Big Georgie, but he plays with everything on his sleeve and gives 110% no matter what. So guys, and then again, guys. One guy I'm sort of coming through now, but he's been around for a while. Is Windsor? He's one lad that's been up there for years, and he's another guy. He looks like he's 40, but I think he's like 5, 6.
How old is he?
I think he's like a couple of years younger than me, so I don't know.
Early 30s.
Early 30s. So he's one guy that I don't know where he's just coming leaps and bounds, and I think, like I said, he's always played his football in the Cape and in the Torres Strait, and just recently he started to come down and play in the Cairns competition. He's starting to learn that down south mentality, what they call up there, is to how to sort of play positionally and not just play 100 miles an hour and just balls out the whole time. So I think he's one guy that I know probably his next couple of years will probably get better and better and better.
Well, he's like what you said earlier, bro. He's missed that many. Like he's been locked in heaps of years with us, but just again one of them fellas that just comes 1 or 2 days out and the phone's off and they go MIA and. But Georgie ended up, Georgie Kemp ended up, his big brother there ended up
finding
him down and saying, hey, come on, pull the finger out and time to get down here. And
it's good to hear that the Queenslanders are seeing it as that challenge, to come down and prove themselves. And we have a lot of them coming down now, and they're certainly stepping up in a lot of teams. You see them there. But I always say, like, you're a footballer that took blackfella football to the NRL and then showcased it on the bigger stage, you know what I mean? You were still playing blackfella football. I love the game that you played in the All-Stars. I can't remember what year it was up in Brisbane at Suncorp when you were just laughing at everything and scoring tries. And that was just tell us about that, how you took that style of football you grew up with and you were able to, confident enough to produce it at the NRL level.
Yeah, I think it was more so I just didn't know any other way to play. And I was probably lucky enough that when I came in and then we sort of got Desi and the other coaches, that they didn't sort of try and take that away from me and try and turn me into something that I wasn't really. And because at the start when I did come down, I was 6, and I only generally moved back to fullback because Luke Patton retired and gave me a chance to go back there. And I don't think I probably would have played the same if I stayed at 6. I would have had to probably real wind me in a bit and play a bit more structured. But no, look, as I said, I just didn't know any other way to play. Didn't I? That's just the way I was brought up. And like I said, when you say black fella football, it gets excites me. You know what I mean? There's no better feeling than October. Come around October for me because it's just a chance to just, I guess, as you said, play with a smile on your face, do everything happy, and I probably do that better now than when I was playing because as you get older, you sort of get more appreciative of everything, and you know your time's finishing off. So I just tend to just enjoy every little bit. But playing when I playing in the NRL and doing that sort of stuff, I was just lucky enough. If anything, 2012 that year. They sort of based
the year, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the year, and I was lucky enough that when Desi got there, I think the year went so well that the game plan was to play expansive. Obviously, we were second tackle off the kickoff. We were spreading it wide and trying to get me the ball as much as possible, really, and that sort of allowed me to, with more space and to probably show how I played. And that All Stars year, obviously, then when I scored them tries and. Them games to me was one of the best weeks of our lives. You'd say like every year, you sort of half knew that you're getting picked, but you just couldn't wait to get in that camp. And
it kicked off the year good, hey?
Yeah. It was unreal, and obviously then you're playing with Jono and all them boys and Hodjo and all them guys that, like I said, I was a young enough kid to watch them play and then play alongside them and. Yeah, it was just a chance for us to express ourselves in them games, and win, lose or draw. It was all about the week more than the game, really. And it's just words can't really describe it. When you think about it,
it's a feeling.
Yeah, it's a feeling like that you get, and it's a good feeling.
I remember it's a good point that you made about him always playing with a smile on his face, because a lot of our young blackfellas that come down that have got this similar sort of talent, they often get it coached out of them and they don't get that chance to play with a smile on the face and do what they do.
That Bulldogs team, they weren't that style of football, but Des was smart enough to know that I've got a genius here at the back. We're playing a different style, boys. We're going to throw the ball. Even you look at the makeup of the players there, it wasn't really a side that you look at and go, the entertaining football is going to come. It was sort of Benny on his own, and they knew what a weapon he was, so they played the style.
That try, was it in Mackay?
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest tries ever, eh?
Morris.
From the in
that
goal,
was unbelievable. How was that, like going back home and playing there and to be able to turn that on up there too?
Yeah, it was like a big surprise.
Uncle Dan just having a toilet break.
It was big surprise because I still remember the day I went into the office. I think Todd Greenberg was there at the time, and I could see because the stadium had just been built, and I could see a Mackay thing. I was, what's this? And he goes, I want you to be the first to know we're taking a game up to
That's mad.
Mackay. We were playing Melbourne, and that day was just massive for me. My whole family was there, and
You would have had a full grandstand.
Yeah, well, there was a big scaffold grandstand up there, and all the brothers are in the little private box there charged up. And but no, look, I think there's a football god or there's a higher power because that day some of the stuff I did, I would still pinch myself to, I pinch myself thinking there was a football god or something. My grandfather was up in heaven shining on me because I remember I knew there was a high power that day because I remember Cooper Cronk, for some reason the women in league round balls were pink. No, I don't know why, but it used to change the shape of it, and he put a floating bomb from like 50 metres out, and I think one bit there I closed my eyes in the ball. It swirled and swirled and swirled, and I think it just missed the post from 50 out, and I just put my hand out and the ball landed, and I said, hey, oh shit, and I took off. Then I was, but then and from that end I was like, well, I said, someone's on my side here, and it just happened to play out that well, and as I said, my grandmother was in the stand, and all my family, cool. And just for them to see, for her to probably see me live, I suppose probably. Yeah, she was proud, and yeah, it was just a day. I'll always remember pretty special to me, and yeah, obviously then got to do it the following year against Newcastle again. Yeah, but that game is up
that's
there.
a special one.
Yeah.
When you talk about smiles on your face playing footy and all that, tell me how big that smile was when the big fella was coming at you there to score that try out at Homebush.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us how you just braced, eh?
He didn't even have to do what he did. But
I think I was 5 metres over the try.
Yeah.
No need.
He was over there. I just remember seeing him coming through, and I said, "Oh, what am I going to do?" And I didn't even try and tackle. I just like turned my shoulder like this, and the big fella just like turned this way and bust and just flung me. Every sort of year, someone pops up, and I always tag him and said, "Come on, Brad, you didn't have to do that." Freak you, but because he was already over the try line.
Gifted him the try.
It was that
Said, "Here, have
open
that."
too, that open. I was like,
Yeah, well, that's what I said, and yeah, well, I don't know what people thought I could do. I said, you just run through four other big fellas that size. What was I going to do?
how often do you get the chance to get some payback on him too? Like,
yeah.
He was unbelievable. You'd never get your hands on him.
Yeah.
So I had to have my little moment.
Yeah, it's a laugh every time I see it because
Over the try line.
over the try line because it reminds me when you run it with the big ball and you bounce people off. That's what it looked like. Georgie just big. And I was like, I didn't even try and go like that. I just tried to brace myself, and he goes, "Oh, bumped you off for no reason," and flung me this way and scored.
No,
I think we got lifted that day too. I think you smashed us that day. So
Yeah, we beat us most of the time.
yeah.
Well, obviously, after you finish winning your AFL comp, your rugby league comp, your soccer comp, you probably got a touch comp in there somewhere
Right, you nearly
too.
have the calendar of
Yeah,
all events. I want to know his calendar.
Yeah, well, that's that. I was speaking to someone the other day. I think the QMC starts on the 22nd, and I think I've got a carnival every week till November 8th. I think every week. I think there's 1 week I miss. So I got QMC, Mackay, Knockout, Townsville, Gordonvale. I could go to Weipa, play up there. And then there's I think the 28th, the last week of October. I think might be my only weekend off, and then
I'm sure someone will chuck one in there somewhere.
yeah. So
Big Noy could be playing a game.
yeah. So that's I've got something planned, or I'm locked in on teams to play from starting basically from the 20th or 22nd of September all the way till November. So like I said, it's tiring on the body, but I wouldn't have it any other way. It's I enjoy just, like I said, playing the game and obviously meeting new people, playing with family and all that sort of stuff. It says you could be stuffed after a big year, but somehow I find I get more out of October football than what I do playing during the year. It's there's no better time of the year, I reckon, and I'm just fortunate enough that I'm lucky enough to have people want me to play on their side, so they can fly me here, there, and everywhere, and just experience different things.
I think the cool thing about Benny too is that the impact that he's had on people, it's a generational thing, because you still see young kids coming up to him now at the Knockout, like, "Benny, can we get a photo, autograph," all that sort of stuff. And these are little kids that Benny probably finished NRL by the time they were around and that, but they're still coming up getting photos with him and that. And
He's still doing highlight reel shit now, though. How could you
I don't know if it's because of the NRL stuff or it's because he's a knockout great now. They're trying to get photos with him, but it's very cool to see him come up to him, and obviously he's just giving him the time of day, and it's awesome to see the impact that he's had on probably just all Aboriginal community, man, and the Torres Strait as well. But obviously down here, it's very heartwarming to see, just the way that they come up and still idolising to this very day.
They love it. But Big Noy was on here and he was talking about the Murray Carnival and the knockout winners, the Koori Murray sort of challenge. And it's always played in February when no one can make it. What would you think of if both those sides got together a couple of weeks after the knockout and played, and you got them at their best? It would certainly be exciting, wouldn't it? It'd be something that people out there would love to see, and players would love to play in it, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think it'd be much better. Obviously, that Perga side we played last year was sort of obviously weakened. Obviously with myself and Tricky playing choosing Walgett, and Brad Strindle not being allowed to play because he played halfback for him last year, and it'd be probably much better for viewing, because I know we sort of rolled them in the end, but to have both teams at their strongest would be unreal. Because as you said, a lot of that February time's sort of hard for them guys that are played in the NRL and are back training. Obviously, they're not allowed to come back. So, yeah, I think it'd be probably a much better idea where there's like I said, at the end of October, then we're giving everyone a bit of time and rest, and then still be able to get all the two teams together at their strongest and best. And I think 100% it'd be much better for the game, because I know we sort of rolled them there last year in that final, but I knew they were wasn't the same side that won the QMC that we played there last year in February.
It seems like the passion's there in October by all these carnivals and all these events that are still going in October. Where you come February and people are they're onto their club football, they're onto their NRL season start. You're not going to. It hasn't worked, does it? Really?
No.
So the new date.
I mean, you could, even with everything that you've rattled off there, you could probably link it up with one of them other carnivals.
Or you have a one-off game there, and on a Saturday or something, and make it a sort of like another celebration, like because you're gonna get.
He's turning up with his 30
He's
grand
turning up
on
with his cash.
He's turning up with his cash straight after the trophies award. He reckons you're gonna walk up like the boxers, big noise. He's gonna walk in and challenge.
Oh, that'll be exciting. That'll be exciting. Well, anyways, Benny, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate you sharing them yarns, and look forward to seeing what you do again over this knockout season at the end of the year, from October through to November. We really appreciate everything that you do for Blackfella footy and the inspiration that you still give to kids. You're a Hall of Famer, 100%.
Thank you, my Brad.
All right. Thanks for tuning into the Koori Knockout podcast. Stay tuned for another one next week.